Hello, and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 5-card draw, new moon to full moon read for August 2021. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch on Kindle, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. Yeah, but just call me Mal. Hey, my gems, hope you are outrageous, truly outrageous, truly outrageous. If you're new to these readings, we are doing a 5-card draw, 1 card from 5 different decks to get you clues, tips, and hints about a specific timeline. We are looking at the new moon in Leo on Sunday, 8/8. Yeah, I know, it's Lionsgate. It's a long story. 9:52 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York, and you know how bashful us New Yorkers are about saying where we're from. We are looking then at a waxing moon read, a 14-day period from new to full. Full moon's a little tricky this time, though. It's supposed to be in Aquarius, the opposite sign of Leo, but no. It goes void, of course, at 8 a.m. on Sunday, 8/22. 2 minutes later, it goes full. So we've got a full, a void, of course, full moon goes into Pisces, 8:43 a.m. So you're going to have to wait for that, or at least, try and get it before it goes void, of course, possibly the night before. On Saturday, if you want to do your full moon stuff. Other than that, you know the basics, a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about what we're about to look at here, or perhaps something else completely different that you need to be aware of, that you need. It's a what do I need read. To grow, to expand, to plant a seed at new and watch it grow to full for this specific timeline. I guess that's about it. Oh, if you want to book a reading with me, there is a link in the description box, a little YouTube video I did. I really liked doing it, explaining not just how to book me for a reading, but what actually goes down in a reading before, during, and after. In particular, that I ask my clients to let me know how they're doing 48 hours after the reading, once the energy and the information has had some time to integrate. Yeah. Otherwise, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with lots of cool links, particularly to my Vimeo on-demand classes and all that jazz. Otherwise, let's just do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, that feels good. I'm waiting to inhale. Here we go. We're going to start with the Lucy Cavendish's magical spell cards, because I love saying her name that way. I wonder if she actually talks like that. I wonder if she has a Scottish brogue, an Irish brogue, whatever. I hope she's cool, because I love her work. Breathe. As I call upon the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, please, what is the magical spell card to help the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs focus on their element of fire? Each of these decks will be fire, earth, air, water, spirit, the 5 magical elements, so that they can cast for, intend, whatever it is they do for this new moon to full in August 2021, this waxing read. What is their magical spell card here? A clue, tip, or a hint about what to really focus on, what they yearn for, what they burn for. Divine guidance. Not bad. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. Now, I'm going to say for a Gemini, that certainly speaks of communication, but clear. Now, just when I'm getting off this isn't necessarily vibratory in terms of the emotion around it, but definitely a piece of information attached to it. If it is divine guidance, it involves love, higher love, true love, God, goddess love, right? So it's not going to come as something fearful. It may be truth that you're afraid of, but, you know, they're all going to laugh at you. That's not divine guidance. I can't believe I just carried us. So whispers from the beings who shine. So who are the beings that shine to you? The angels, the archangels, you know, who is that for you? You may not know, but you might find out if you cast for this, starting off with that little grain of communication, the spell, the prayer, the whatever on new moon, and then watching it grow to full. All right, there's your element of fire. Next we go to the element of earth, represented by the crystal oracle. Tony Carmine Salerno. This one's dedicated to the voice of Archangel Ariel. Please take a nice deep breath as I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the North, powers of earth, hence the crystal oracle. What is the element of earth? The crystal, whether it's the message in the bookie book, as it is it's an oracle. It kind of calls stuff out, just like an oracle would. But, you know, whether it's the stone they have or the stone they need, or, you know, maybe it's just the vibe of it all and the message to help them ground, right? Manifest the experience of that divine guidance. Now, it does say whispers from the beings who shine, so, you know, it's not easy to hear a whisper in a hurricane of activity and thought. So what is the perfect crystal oracle for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, this new to full moon, August 2021? Citrine. Not hard to find, and not terribly expensive either. Good. Member of the quartz family, amethyst, rose quartz, clear quartz, citrine. I know this one's about creativity. There it is, opened right to it. Now, it's also a money stone. I forget who wrote it first, but it might have been Scott Cunningham in his Minerals, Gems, and Crystals books. It says, put a piece of citrine in the cash register of where you work. So the keywords wealth, creativity, abundance, and healing. So if there are wealth and financial issues going on, and who ain't got that in some way, shape, or form, then this might pertain to getting the guidance that you need, the loving divine guidance. Your financial concerns will soon begin to dissolve as a steady stream of abundance starts to flow into many areas of your life. So let's get clear. Abundance isn't all about money. It's just not. It can be abundance of creativity, right? An abundance of healing. So you have to take that as it resonates. It is a general read. This is not abundance solely on a monetary level. I'm reading ahead of the book. But also an abundance of creativity and healing. Those are in the code words. It's not like I cheated. You are being asked to let go of any fear and guilt that you may be holding on to in regard of your wealth and prosperity. Be thankful for the abundance that you are about to receive. To give thanks before it shows up actually does relax the nervous system, may bring up regrets from the past so that you can let those go as well. It's more of a waning moon thing, but, you know, we're rolling with it. Honor it and put it to use in ways that nurture and replenish your spirit. And I think that connects with the divine guidance thing here in your element of fire. It's like, give me what I need, inner and outer, an abundance of it to recharge my spirit, my soul, to do what I came here to do in this life. And of course, that would include the externals, the money, the time, the opportunities. You deserve to be and to have all your heart desires. Lovingly recognize the abundance you eternally hold within your heart, and you will manifest abundance through all you think, say, and do. Now, we're talking about the abundance of love there, which is divine energy. Carolyn Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, the Heart Chakra chapter. It's even in my book, Words of Grace. Sacred truth of the heart chakra is love is divine power. But the thing about that kind of divine love, if you want that divine guidance, the more love you give to yourself, to others, in prayer, in actions, however, you get more love. The more love you give, the more love you have to give. In fact, love is strengthened when it is shared. So you never just give it away. It is amplified. Okay, so get a piece of citrine. Not hard to find. Chances are you already have one. And hold on to it as a touchstone for divine guidance with that lovely little spell snippet there. We got your fire. We got your earth. Let's look at your air. Healing with the angels. Oracle. Who are the angels you need to work with? So we're doing the air signs. So these are the Raphaelites. Please breathe. As I call to the angels and archangels of air and the sign of Gemini, the Raphaelites of the East, the angels of healing, wisdom, and knowledge, please, who are the healing angels that the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading most need to connect with, think about, read about, pray to, chant to, whatever, cast this spell with, to, and for. This spell for divine guidance, this intention, element of fire, working with a piece of citrine to connect with their abundance, their prosperity, their wealth, as well as to heal issues around that as well, both inner and outer. Who are the angels they need to connect with this new moon to full moon, August 2021? Well, do we just have Archangel Michael on the table, the only angel named by name in this deck? Everyone else is by function. I know Archangel Michael. We could talk about Archangel Michael for quite a while. I used to be a channel of Archangel Michael back in the 80s and 90s. Ugh, I moved on. He's not my Archangel. Ariel is. But certainly Archangel Michael, I mean, the name Michael, I believe, means he who is likened unto God, or some people say it means the will of God, and certainly element of fire is one of the fire angels. We're looking about truth here. Now, I'm going to say divine guidance with Archangel Michael. The Catholic iconography, at least, of Archangel Michael is sword drawn, right? Foot on the head of the devil, of Lucifer, the Lord of Lies. So he's the Archangel of Truth versus the Lord of Lies. So this divine guidance might very well be cutting through a lot of lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions that you might have about yourself in terms of your wealth, your prosperity, your worth, right? And we are all divine children, so our worth is beyond calculating. But once we come into a body, we have to deal with, I don't know, stuff we picked up from our parents, our families, our societies, schooling, bullies in the schoolyard, you know, all that. So there's definitely some illusions here that need to be sliced through, but you can't do that on your own. Well, I mean, therapy and counseling helps with that too on the horizontal. But this is vertical. Call in Archangel Michael, and you can find 10 billion Archangel cord-cutting meditations on planet Earth. The majority of them probably on YouTube. I think there's nothing better than just sitting down, lighting a candle, and say, Archangel Michael, help cut me free. Show me what I need to do here. Because I need my abundance revealed to me, inner as well as outer, and I need the guidance. Because here's the thing. You hear stories of people who win the lottery and then they destroy themselves, right? And that's part of their curriculum. It doesn't mean that that wasn't supposed to happen. And what makes them do that? Their fear. They're overcompensating, right? So you really don't want to give an addict a lot of money. Right? Just saying, any form of addiction, right? Not necessarily just drugs and alcohol, particularly if codependent things where you just start buying people, right? To yes man you, or yes person you, I guess I should say. So this is about truth. This is about taking that sword of truth and cutting through the lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions, possibly about yourself. I don't know if this is for everybody, but if you're involved in class warfare, so to speak, eat the rich, right? Kill the rich, whatever, it's really hard to have that dynamic go on and receive money at the same time, right? We're all one, people, and it's all scripted. Remember, you're an eternal, immortal soul playing a role in a body during planetary ascension, so whatever you heal within yourself, you're healing for the collective as well, and that's just unity, consciousness, truth. Interesting read. A lot to think about, and good thing you're an air sign. Let's move on to your element of water, the Whispers of Love Oracle. Very loved base, hence the Whispers of Love, but I call it the party turner deck. All of a sudden, the party hath been turned. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, this definitely feels like a solo read here, not necessarily getting that there's anyone else in particular this involves here. So please, I'm going to say anyway, the higher selves of all involved. Fifth dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love? The piece of information, inspiration, and or insight needed by the Gemini or for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, asking, casting, praying, intending divine guidance with the energy of citrine about their wealth, their abundance, their prosperity, their self-worth, their creativity, their healing, with Archangel Michael being called in to cut them free from the ties that bind that were never really true to begin with. What's the element of water for them this new to full August 2021? Look at your pattern in relationships. This could be about your relationship with money as well. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. I'm going to say this is about your relationship to yourself primarily, because everything comes back to what you think and feel and choose for yourself. That's how you create your own reality. Everything else on the outside is a result of that, right? What are the stories that you hold on to that are no longer true? That might have been true at one point. I hear people say, oh, I was born poor, I'll die poor. I'm like, well, how do you know that? You know, just because you say it and affirm it doesn't mean that's going to be true. So look at your pattern in relationships. Now, maybe that's why that codependent thing came up. Like, if you've been a people pleaser your whole life, that can really affect your finances in terms of giving out more than you take in. Oh, a balanced economy within your own energy field, let alone financially. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And maybe that's not all so much about spending, right? But it can be about not giving yourself the self-worth. No one else can give you self-worth. Self-esteem is not a noun, it's a verb. So how are you estimating yourself? And by the way, anybody who thinks that debt is a huge problem in their life, I know a lot of wealthy people who are in so much debt, and they understand that's part of the game too. But there is guilt associated with debt, right? When someone owes you an apology. Yeah. So there is a spiritual way of doing this, seeing it from the point of view of the soul. So we've got fire, earth, air, water. Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. This will be your element of spirit. So let's say, you get yourself a piece of citrine, you chant, cast, intend this divine guidance thing with the help of Archangel Michael, with a willingness to look at your pattern in relationships with yourself, with money, with perhaps the people in your life related to that. This will not just bolster and charge the spell, the intention, whatever, but also help you in the waxing period to get to full moon. Breathe. Because it's not like you're casting for money. You're casting for guidance, right? How do I want to say this? What are these words? To give and receive money wisely and well, abundance wisely and well, creativity. It's a very second chakra stone. You might want to check out my book, Words of Grace, $9.99 on Kindle. But the second chakra chapter is about honor one another and to honor, sometimes saying no to people, right? To honor, it's like, no, that's not going to help you. That's going to enable you, right? And certainly that can bring in a lot of dynamics, money just being the tip of that iceberg sometimes. So the Ascended Master is going to say General Assembly because that citrine vibe there, and you guys always give guidance with truth. So the Ascended Master is General Assembly, possibly about relationships with themselves and with money. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Gemini collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, that they can chant, right? Pray with, repeat, heal, because it is a healing mantra. To help them manifest whispers from the being who shine, to let their message be clear and kind. Let's not forget that kind word there. Working with citrine, abundance, prosperity, healing, creativity. With Archangel Michael, the Archangel of Truth, element of fire, and in their element of water, looking at their pattern in relationships as we have discussed. What is their element of spirit here? To not just charge the spell, the intention, the prayer, but also to heal them from this new moon to full in August. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. I know they're asking a Gemini to feel feelings. how dare they? But this isn't something that you necessarily need to communicate. No one even needs to know about it. This is polishing your heart, not someone else's, not someone else polishing your own. Chances are you have got some emotions around money. Oh, how dare you? How do you not? I mean, just getting through this past year, right? I mean, even if you got the money, it's like, I know people who are watching the stock market like a hawk to see every little up and down of things. It can be very fear-based. So here we go. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power, a creative power, a healing power. Citrine, that helps me heal. When your heart is polished, you are able to honor each emotion for its potent healing properties. A polished heart doesn't take sides, cast blame, or maintain grudges, meaning it doesn't cast blame upon itself either, the polished heart. It faces life openly, willing to feel whatever sensations life may inspire, just for the chance to transform into higher aspects of perfection. In other words, all emotions are love, but in a condensed, or sometimes, this is a good way to say it, ingrown state, right? When I was younger, I was like a teenager, maybe 18 years old, I was working on a writing project, and I got this image of fear is a tightly wound rosebud. It is love that doesn't know it's love. So to love the fear, which is tricky business any day, shadow work, whatever, right? To give yourself that love. It's like, it's okay to be afraid of this. Everybody, and if you're an empath, how many people around you are feeling this too, right? So to polish that, to let that unfold, right? So that it releases its healing sweet perfume, because love is divine power. This mantra is ideal for unraveling emotional stuckness, easing worry about money much, and cultivating bravery, courage of the heart. Oh, je me le cœur, doctor. Which means I'm going to throw up in French, but you know, the cœur is a French word for the heart. So we do have Archangel Michael here for that too, to really inspire you, to clear the pathways, to cut you free from chains that bind in some way, shape, or form. But your work here is not just to look at your pattern of relationships, particularly your second chakra dynamic. Second chakra is money, sex, creativity. But to be divinely guided through that, to polish your heart. You're going to have to deal with your emotions on this, and I'll tell you why. As a witch, spirit turns into air, turns into fire, turns into water, the emotion, before it turns into earth. That's the process of creativity and incarnation. The healing is the reverse. So, you know, you look at your bank statement, you look at your bills, and just to quietly, no one needs to know, feel the feelings around it, the guilt, the shame, and understand that that's conditioning. That we all have that, unless you don't. And then that heals its way up. So you're taking the experience and alchemizing it into wisdom, and then from that wisdom, manifesting it back out into the world. Yeah. All right. Let me give you the blessing. Please take a nice deep breath one more time at least. Although I suggest breathing throughout as I call upon my pantheons of the divine, please. May the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full in August 2021, that they may polish their own heart and feel their feelings, because feeling is a power that helps them heal while they do what? They look at their pattern in relationships, because it requires inner strength to recognize that they need to change or modify their behavior in any way, shape, or form related, and to call upon Archangel Michael to cut them free from lies, illusions, deceptions, delusions that they might have absorbed from their family of birth or their society, or maybe it's in their DNA from ancestry going back thousands and thousands of years of scarcity, hunter-gatherer stuff, working with citrine to amplify their sense of abundance, to put them in touch with whatever's going on. What they want is on the way, but they got to clear the energy field on that. And citrine is one of the two stones that do not need purifying, because they are the purifiers, so that they can hear the divine guidance that they cast for. So whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So will it be, and so it is. A little tricky, not horrible though. I wouldn't call this a jackknife, you know, this is definitely a tricky situation, but do understand the emotional part is essential here to really get that you are worth everything. You are worth the very best and the very blessed, which is why I always end it that way, these readings. And let me end it that way for you, my beautiful gems, my tricky twins. May you be blessed with all that you need this new moon to full moon next August 2021, that you may heal, grow, and become the best that you can be and fulfill your role in the divine plan. Why? Because you're just not outrageous. You're just not truly outrageous. You are truly, truly, truly outrageous, my beloved gems. Wishing you the best. Go read my book, Words of Grace, if you can afford it. It's $9.99. Or if you want, book a reading. There's a video explaining how and all of that. I'll be glad to give you the very best and the very blessed that I got. Cool. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Hail. Farewell, and blessed be.